Hey everybody, this is episode 8, and I thought I'd just go ahead and show you what I've been doing from branch mining down here. It's nothing too fancy, but it has been speeding things up a little. Turtles come with this tunnel command, and I basically just copied it and got rid of the 3x2 size and just made it a single 2 tall, 1 wide. And I just called it mole. So I just do something like that, and he just digs his tunnel. And I do the same thing with this guy. And then I'll either follow them behind and light up the way, or I'll try and race them with my own tunnel. Although that does wear out my pickaxes a lot faster. And I probably didn't bring enough lights, actually. Pickaxe. But yeah, I thought I'd just show you how I do this. I know it's getting dark here. Let's put a lantern in. And then, like I said, I'll just come back here. I'll usually turn on the overlay, go down to wherever there's a 2, put in a lantern. A jack-o'-lantern. And then I've been enchanting fortune pickaxes, so I've got those in my bag here. This one's almost gone, just fortune efficiency 1, but this one has a nice efficiency 4 and breaking 3, so that'll be good. So I usually just come back through with all my fortune axes and pick up the stuff I can. See, we got some diamond already. So this is working out pretty well. I do want to have like a more systemized way of doing this at some point, hopefully soon. But for now, this is how I've been getting everything. So let me gather some more stuff and I'll meet you back at the base. Okay, well, made out with quite a bit of stuff here. I did a little bit of mining at Y level 40 as well, just to try and get some copper and tin. Didn't get a whole lot. I got 11 copper and 26 tin. Not too bad though. Let's see. Looks like I need to harvest the crops too. So this is new. I've completely redone this whole thing, mostly because there's a new version of thermal expansion that just came out. It's 2.17, and in that version, the way the induction smelter works has totally changed. If we look at the recipes, well, not totally changed, but used to be you needed rich slag and 2 dust to get 3 ingots. Now it's just rich slag and an ore. And that means you don't have to pulverize your ore before you send it through the induction smelter. But I guess the percentage chance of these things happening also changed. So if you look, this is gold ore, you get a 10% chance to get rich slag, which I think is what it was before. Maybe it was 20. But every other ore, I just passed one, like copper, you only get a 5% chance for rich slag, and I think that's true of all of them. 10 is 5%. So only gold will give you 10% for rich slag. And rich slag is really just kind of like it's like a wild card in your poker hand, right? Like you can use it to make an extra ingot of anything that you can smelt anyway. So that's like a 5% chance of getting an extra ingot of something. On the other hand, the pulverizer has, I don't know if these percentages changed or not, but it's always had the ability to get an extra, like this is copper going in, and you'll get 2 pulverized copper, but you have a 10% chance of getting a pulverized gold out of it. So it's almost double the chance of getting an extra metal, and you don't get to choose what metal it is, but I think over the long run, since all the different metals give you something different, like tin gives you iron gives you silver gives you lead gives you silver, and then I think I passed iron, but iron gives you that new ferrous dust. There it is. Pulverized ferrous metal. And you can get the shiny metal this way too, which I don't know what that's for yet, right here, from the ferrous ore. So, and I don't think you can get these from these new metals from the induction smelter either. So what I've decided to do is just, since you get twice as much metal this way, and I'm going to be getting enough of everything where I don't really think I'm going to need to save the wild cards of the rich slag for anything specific. I'm just gonna basically pulverize everything, except, I'm just gonna show you this, except for gold. Gold does not give you anything extra when you pulverize it, at least not in this version. If you notice, it gives you 2 gold and nothing else. So for gold, I'm actually gonna always use the induction smelter and get the 10% chance for rich slag. So that's what all this is. I tore everything down, rebuilt it. There's some extra new machines, but basically the idea is, and I know it's kind of ugly and might look a little jumbled and confusing, but I'll try and work through it here quickly. This relay is my input for everything. So the idea with this is that I can just take my miner's backpack, which mostly has ores. Well, I guess it's got gems and dust and stuff too. Obviously, it's not big enough for all the stuff I've gotten, but it's basically I can just dump it in here and it'll all get sorted the right way is the idea. I haven't tested that yet, but I believe it should work. It may not. So this filter, actually, wait. Okay, there are 3 places it can go from here. Actually 4. This red tube line is basically the flush. It's like anything that goes into the red tube is basically going to the chests. So so what happens is it comes into this junction here, and this is actually like a 4-way split. There are 3 filters, one to the right, one to the left, one above, and then it comes down here to the sort of flush line, and this relay just sends everything back. So basically, if there are no items in any of the filters that match what I put in this relay, it's just going to go sent to the chests. And right now, that means it's going to get sent to this chest over here, unless it matches one of those filters, which we'll get to later. Those are basically the same filters I had before for the cooked blocks and cooked meats. That's all those are. So since there are basically, if it is picked up by a filter, there are 3 ways it can go. It can go left, which, let's see if I can reach that filter, which is just right now gold ore. That's all I have in there. That goes into this relay, partly for it to make a nice right angle and come straight down, which I probably could have done with a tube or a pipe, but also just to give it some buffer in case I have more than a stack. And that goes into the induction smelter with sand. This is the same as before. It's generating cobble, which gets pulverized into sand, which gets put into the induction smelter. That's all these guys are doing. So this whole thing is just sand with gold ore. And of course, I can also still use this relay as a kind of hopper if I want to use the induction smelter for anything else. That's another reason that's there. So I can just right click on the relay and put stuff in. And once the induction smelter is done, it sends everything to the right here. Both slots, which goes straight into this relay and again out to the chests. So that's route 1. Route 2 is to the right, which I think right now I just have cinnabar and sand, just as an easy way to make glass. And cinnabar you can't pulverize or anything like that, so that just gets smelted. So basically this goes into the orange line, and the orange line is just to the smelters. And this is, let me get up here. This is not the most efficient right here. Well, not efficient, but basically there is no relay after that filter. So this is one problem area that I haven't decided whether I want to work out or not. I don't know if it's going to be a problem, but anything coming through this filter, it's going to go straight into these 4 powered furnaces. And there are 4 of them because I wanted to parallelize it and make it quicker. One thing I noticed when I was testing is that the induction smelter is about twice as fast as the furnaces. So I wanted to make sure that it was going to be able to handle anything I fed into it, at least for this foreseeable future, including if I start making a quarry or something and sticking it in through this input. So anyway, it'll come in through the orange line and it'll go to, this furnace first if it can, and then it'll hit this intersection and go to one of those 3 furnaces if none of them are full. That's where the problem is. If they're all full, anything that goes into this filter is going to get kind of backlogged, and basically the filter won't pick that stuff up and it'll just get flushed out the system and back over to the chest. So if I end up with sand and cinnabar in the chests. That's because the furnaces were already running with something else. So that leaves the last line, which is another filter above. That filter has ores and cobble, and I didn't have enough of these other ores to put them in the filter. I'm probably missing a couple more here, but I'll figure that out. Actually, let me look right now. I think I need... Actually, I had silver and... Oops. I've got silver, lead, ferrous, iron, tin, copper. I think that is everything, maybe. So that's all the ores that are going to get pulverized. And that goes up... I guess I need to come over here. That goes up into that relay, which is another relay where I can right-click on it if I can reach it. I might have to put a stair or something here. If I want to pulverize anything else, I can just come up here and stick it in this relay as well, sort of bypassing the filter. It goes into 2 pulverizers. Let's see, can we see from here? Not really. Anyway, there's a pulverizer on each side. Maybe we can see it from over here. Yeah, okay. Those are 2 pulverizers, one on the left and one on the right. And it's split that way with a tube in the middle just to evenly distribute everything that comes in. There's the tube, you can see. So it's sort of coming into that tube, and it'll either go to the left or right randomly, or whichever one has room from the relay. And then once the pulverizers are done, they go down into that relay underneath, and that relay spits them into the red tube here. And there's another filter. And at this point, if it doesn't match the filter, it's going to come down the red tube and out and again to the chest. So remember, the red tube is basically back to the chest. But if it does match this filter, which I'm going to have to put some more pulverized stuff in here because I didn't have it, but basically all the pulverized ores are going to go in this filter. And those will get put into this relay, which is just acting as a hopper, basically, and then sent out to the furnaces when it can. And again, when the furnaces are done, there's a relay underneath, picking them all up and spitting them out this tube. So that may have been a little fast. So sorry if that was too fast, but I didn't want to spend the whole episode on that. So I may end up, I don't know, I kind of like this monstrosity, but I may end up covering some of it up and trying to make it look a little bit nicer. And I might not. I haven't decided yet. So that's all that. Let's see. Let's give it a real quick test. Let's see if I can just dump this in like I want to. Of course, it won't dump everything at once. And it looks like it didn't dump anything. Does that even work? I guess it doesn't work. Great. Okay. No problem. So let's just stick those in. Let's stick those in first. I don't think there was any gold in any of that. So those should be getting up there and being pulverized. Everything pulverized, including the byproducts. So both sides are going out the same route. And that is probably why I'm going to be getting some dust that I don't have in that filter up there. So I need to grab those as soon as I see them, put them in the filter. I think I needed like copper and tin and yep, copper, tin, probably some others, but let's do those for now. Oops. Get those in, so they'll start getting cooked. So here, oh, this is, I guess, the last thing I didn't explain. This relay up here also serves as an entry point if I want to just cook stuff. So if I want to cook food or anything, I'll just put it in that relay instead of the other one. So there's like 4 entry relays. There's that one up there for pulverizing, this one for induction smelting, this one for regular cooking, and this one for all the filtering and stuff. I know I can use a sorting machine and all that kind of stuff too. I just haven't set up any blue electric power yet. And filters are really pretty good, I think, still. Even though they're sort of low tech, they really work pretty well for little things like this. If you're not going to need more than 9 items, if I start needing more than 9, you know, then I'll have to think about another solution. But it's working pretty well so far. Okay, so let's go ahead and enchant my boots because I would like to get feather falling. I keep falling. And the durability is not down too much, so I don't really mind doing this. So level 30, we got 2 slot 4s, and I've already made a scroll of wind and a scroll of iron, which I think are going to give me feather falling and protection. So yes, feather falling 4, protection 4. Awesome. So now we've got that. That's great. I'm very happy about that. Okay, so let's see. I changed this thanks to some comments. The liquid duct can actually just attach right to the side of the crucible, so I didn't need to do all this stuff with the block breaker and deployer and everything. So I just put the aqueous accumulator down here with some glass covers over the water. I put this glass cover here too as sort of a backboard, so I don't have to worry too much about throwing things over it and missing. I thought about putting a like a relay or something right above it, which I might still want to do that just so it spits things straight down into it. I still occasionally will throw an item and it'll hit the edge and just kind of sit there. So that's different. I don't think you saw this either. I went back to the Nether and explored the 2 Nether fortresses a little bit. Found I think 3 blaze spawners. So I got a few blaze rods and found a bunch of this stuff and brought back the soul sand and this, and I've just been growing it here. It is good for Thaumcraft research. It's the only thing I found so far that has the thing on the right. I forgot what it's called. The chaosy looking thing. There may be other things that have it, but I haven't seen them yet. Oh, I did research the tallow, and I got candles, so I replaced all the pumpkins with candles, except for these guys. We'll do something about that later. Anyway, for today, I think the rest of the episode, what I want to do is a project that, again, was suggested in the comments, and that was to put up, make a day-night sensor, which RedPower has, and put up some outdoor floodlights to turn on when it gets nighttime, which I think will help a lot with the spider problem I've been having. I get tons and tons of spiders up on the roof. This lip I put all the way around helps a little bit, actually, but I still get some up there, and then they just stay up there all day during the day. And I think what I'm going to do is put up a fence around, some kind of fence around this whole area, and then light up the interior with floodlights when it gets dark. So let me go gather all the materials and make the floodlights and figure out what I'm going to make the fence out of. It's probably not going to be just a wooden fence like that. And I'll get back to you guys. Okay, I have got the floodlights in the right position here. I've got 2 of them in this corner, pointing in those 2 directions. And then over here, I had to clear away some of the mountain a little bit, but there are 2 in that corner. I made 2 day-night sensors, and I'll put them in one here and one over there. And I'll show you that when I do it. I've also, let me show you the overlay. So they're in a position, with the exception of this one because of the hill here, all of the others are in a position where the light level is just grazes the edge of the building here. So there are still these sort of corner areas on all 4 sides where I'm going to have to light it up. And I'll probably just put some kind of lamp or something on the outside here rather than hook it into the day-night sensor, just to keep things simple. And then for the wall, I've been playing around with this. This is what I've come up with, I should say, that I think I'm going to go with. It's mostly going to look like this, and then every once in a while I'll have a little decoration with a window so you can see through. I don't really want to block too much of the view, so that's part of the reason I want the windows. And from this side, I think it looks pretty good. It's got the lip. This will be the outside, so it's got a ledge here that spiders can't get over. On the inside, I don't really like how it's inset like this, but if I try and put anything above it, it turns these flat sides into the sort of column looking things, and I kind of want to keep them flat, so I'm just going to keep it blank for now. If it really bugs me, I might put some microblocks or something up there. I think that might keep it from doing anything. Also, no, glass wouldn't work. Maybe microblocks wouldn't work either. I don't know. Yeah, so let me, I'll just go ahead and build the wall. I'm going to have to move those farms as well. They're going to be in the way. And then we'll set up the day-night sensors. Do I have them on me? Yeah, they're right here. the, oh, I don't still have the recipe, but I can show you. It's just a blue doped wafer with a stone wire and a bunch of stone wafers around. Very simple recipe. They do have some settings, so I'm going to need my screwdriver. And I'll explain all this when we put it together. All right, so let me build the wall, and I'll move these farms, I guess, and then I'll be back. I think I've got something here. I ended up going with a much simpler fence, mostly because I felt like it was just blocking too much. It felt a lot more enclosed than I wanted, so I went with something simple. It's just the cobblestone wall with the jungle wood, half slabs on top, and I think that will stop spiders unless they jump up against it, and then maybe they can get over. But we don't have to stop everything completely. Just I just want to cut down on the like hundreds of spiders on the roof all the time. So the next thing I did was I placed these fire pits. Oops. Oh, well, there goes that. In the darkest spot, basically in each corner, which helps a lot, but it still wasn't enough light. There was still a little bit over on either side of these sort of windows. So I went and grabbed, I still had these purple fixtures left over from before, and I had just enough, actually still have one left over, to put one on each side of each of these windows all the way around. And that's something I may change in the future. I'm not sure. Maybe a different color. Although, I mean, it does go with the ones on the roof. So at first I didn't like it that much, but it's starting to come around. It's not that bad. I still need to get rid of these pumpkins too. I'll probably put them outside. And I don't have, right now we're completely closed in. I don't have any kind of door to get out. So I'll work on that as well. But for now, let's put in the day-night sensor. And I think what we'll just do is use stone here. And let's see how we're going to do this. Oh, here we can test the spider theory. Yeah, they don't seem to be coming up. Maybe if they jumped at me, they'd be able to get over, but I'm happy with that. Okay, so basically we just want to kind of, oh, there they come. Whoa. Creepy. Yeah, there. See, he jumped up and he got at me. But as long as they're not jumping to try and get me, I think it'll be fine. Okay. Oh. Well, okay. Anyway, the point is, when I'm inside, we won't have spiders coming in. I'm pretty sure about that. So, let me just eat something here so I can heal up. Where's my fish and chips? I love fish and chips. I eat it all the time now. It's so easy to make. So I think we'll just do something like this. Put down the light sensor like that. We need to turn it. Oh, not another spider. It's like there's spider spawners out there, but okay. So let's turn this that way and put down some wire. I believe that will turn them both on, right? Or do I have to actually do that maybe? And then we need to set this. So by default, the light sensor from RedPower will only turn on if the light level is below 1. So if it's 0, which I guess when there's a full moon out, it's not a full moon, but I think when there's a full moon out, the light level is 4, I believe. At least that's what I read. So by shift right clicking on this thing, you can change the sensitivity of it. And there are 4 levels. So it's like light level 1, light level 5, 9, and 13. And we basically want it to turn on when it gets below level 9. So that's 1, 5, 9. Is that right? Wait, 1, 5, 9. There we go. Because below level 9 is about when monsters can spawn. It's, level 7. So, and actually this is raised up 1. So, although that won't matter with daylight. Anyway, that's what we wanted at. So we're just going to keep it like that. Let me take off the lever here, the lights should stay on. Good. So now let's put some kind of, I don't know. There we go. So now these guys should turn on. I should probably encase them too, just to protect from creepers, just in case. So let's do this. I didn't really plan this ahead of time, but we'll just do that. And maybe, well, that's gonna look silly. I think this will be good enough. I'm hoping that, so the lights just went off. Why did the lights just go off? Did I do this wrong? There it's 1 and it's on. There it's 5 and it's on. There it's 9 and it's off. Because the light level is not 9. So we want to reverse it. We want to put it here, but we want to reverse it. So we need to go make some NOT gates. So I will go do that. I'll be right back. Okay, yeah. So we just needed a NOT gate, which inverts the signal here. And now I should be able to put these back the way I had them. And probably what I'll want to do is get a piece of glass and put it here, and then maybe encase the rest of this, just because I don't want this stuff blowing up, and if a creeper happens to blow up out here. So I'll do that before next time. Let's go and build the other one. So basically it's now on because the light level is above level 9. And that means we want to turn off the lights, which I need to get rid of the lever here again. And the lights are off. Okay, good, good. Yeah, that's fine. All right, so let's go do the other one. You'll notice the fence is still open here in the water, because again, it's more of a deterrent and not a complete, like, nobody can get in. And also anything can come up from down there still, so that's fine. Fine, fine, fine. Let's see, how do we do this? Had a couple of stairs here. Like that. We can turn this off now. There is a little bit of lag, I've noticed, when the lights go on and off, but that's okay. It doesn't happen that often. And I may not have left myself enough space, but I think actually this should work. So we need the day-night sensor. Like that, and I actually think that will work. I don't even need any wire. So I think we're set on all of that. I'll test it when nightfall comes, which is going to be a while because it just got to midday. In the meantime, I think I'll try and put up some gates around so that I can actually get out of here. Will the lights come on? Come on, lights. Uh-oh. Maybe it's not dark enough. There we go. Just as all the night blooms start blooming, the perimeter lights come on. Very nice. It even lights up the hillside over there. I love it. Let me put in this last. I've been putting these gates in kind of just lined up with the center of the window, so that's about the same distance from each door, I guess. And it's very simple. It's just a gate with a obsidian pressure plate, so only players, which is just me, can open it, and you can open it from either side just by running into it. So kind of a nice little thing there. I guess I made too many though. I made 4 and really don't need one on this side, so that's that. And I think with that, we're probably out of time for this episode. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will talk to you again in a little while.